Hey guys, so today I want to compare Samsung Galaxy S4, HTC One, iPhone 5 and Sony Xperia Z here in the game Asphalt 7 Heat, and it's a game from Gameloft, and it's pretty funny when I've been doing these videos. In one of the videos I thought the iPhone 5 was the winner because it had the best performance and everything. In another video I thought the HTC One was actually the winner. In this specific type of video here, I actually do believe that when we're looking at the screens right now, I would definitely see that I can see that the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the iPhone 5's display looks the best here, especially because AMOLED colors, or I mean AMOLED display, the Samsung Galaxy S4 use and Samsung use in their smartphones and many of their smartphones, they work very good when you have a lot of colors. Because they get extremely vibrant, extremely colorful here, so looks extremely good here and extremely bright here. The HTC One comes very close here, but I would say that it would be on a second spot here, or I mean third spot here, because the display isn't as cool in terms of brightness. And yes, I have 100% brightness here on the HTC One, but it's not as bright as the AMOLED display here. And then we do have the Apple iPhone that I would say comes at the second place here on the display quality. Looks very bright here, but not as bright as the AMOLED display, but comes very close here on second. And then third place here, HTC One. And then we do have the Sony Xperia Z here, which it's not a bad display overall, but it's a little bit washed out when you look at it from the sides. And it's not as bright as the HTC One, iPhone 5 or the Galaxy S4. So now let's jump into the game, shall we? Okay, there we go. We can see that the Galaxy S4 was first there. And let's try out. No. Alps. Let's try out the Alps here. And yes, I did see that there was a new update for the iPhone 5 here. Okay. And again, I would say that the display here looks better on the AMOLED display. The iPhone 5 loads up quicker though. And we could already start to play here on the iPhone. And the iPhone here performs extremely good. I mean, the FPS super high. Everything looks good on the display. Super amazing performance here. So we'll be going over here and testing the various phones here, but really killer experience here in terms of gaming on the iPhone 5. The only one thing that you can't complain on though is that the display is only 4-inch, and having that as a gaming device 2013, I would argue that most people will think that it's too small. But maybe you have a different opinion. You can write that in the comment section down below. Now let's take a look at the GS4. So the GS4, it has a little bit of a darker environment when I'm playing the game. On Android, this Asphalt 7 doesn't run as smooth in terms of performance. Don't get me wrong, you don't have any lag here, but you still feel that the iPhone 5 experience is a little bit more smooth. Just a little bit more smooth there, so the iPhone definitely feels a little bit more solid. And then also I would say that the iPhone 5 display probably looks a little bit more interesting because when you see the road here, it's a little bit darker environment here that you get on the AMOLED display here. When you come here in a dark environment, the screen really can go very dark, and some people might prefer that. I would probably argue that then the iPhone 5's display is a little bit more interesting there because you have a little bit more color here. Now let's take a look at the HTC One that even looks even more darker than the Samsung Galaxy S4, and also that the display is a little bit smaller, 4.7 inch. Really makes it almost a little bit hard here to see when you're playing. So a little bit darker screen here than what you would get on the Galaxy S4 in just this game. Then of course we do have the amazing stereo speakers here on the HTC One, so you get the best sound. But the screen really is dark, even compared to the S4. And in terms of performance, it's very identical to the S4. Maybe a few FPS lower. I'm really not sure about that, but could be. Now, we also do have the Sony Xperia Z here, which is actually brighter than the HTC One, which is a nice little thing here when you're playing the game. The Xperia Z also has an older version of the chipset, so the CPU is a little bit older compared to the one that you will get in the S4 and in the HTC One. But still, I do prefer the display here when we are playing because it's a little bit brighter, and that's of course very nice. I can feel that the phone is getting a little bit warm here on the glass back, on the left side here. But performance is overall really good. Very identical to the performance that you will get on the S4 and on the HTC One. And the thing that you will get a little bit brighter display here than the HTC One is definitely a nice little thing. So how I would rate this is, I would definitely say that on the first spot here, I would say that the iPhone 5 clearly is the winner here because it's super bright display when you're playing this game. On second, I would say that the Galaxy S4 comes in here, and for me the Galaxy S4 is just the ultimate choice here because bigger display wins for me, that it's 1 inch bigger, 5 inch instead of 4 inch. And then the display doesn't look as good as the one in the iPhone 5 here, especially in this game. But still, for me, bigger is better there. And then on third place, I would say that the Xperia Z comes in here, even though it has an older CPU, same GPU though as the S4 and the HTC One. But the thing is that it's a brighter display here in this kind of game. And yes, you do get stereo speakers here on the HTC One, but I would say that one is the one that comes last here, because for me it really is important that you have a very colorful display here, and the HTC One seems to fail a little bit in this kind of game. So if you want me to compare any other game, please let me know about that in the comment section down below. And until next time, just have an awesome day, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Yeah, peace.